Hi guys, this is Lesiva. Today I want to show you how to declare variables in the C++ language, prompt the user to make input to your project, and display the data that they have inputted in your project. Okay, first what I will do is to click here on new project and I will select Visual C++ and I'll make sure that Win32 console application is selected. Then I'm gonna name my project declaring variables in C++. Then I'm gonna click OK. This pop-up comes, I click next. Okay, I want it console, I want pre-compiled header, everything is okay, and I click finished. Okay, let me just wait for my project to build. This might take a little while. Please be patient. Okay, now there we have it. Okay, what are variables? Variables are actually spaces or locations that we declare in our computer's memory that we can use during runtime to store data and also retrieve data from those locations while our application is running. Okay, let's suppose you want to create an application whereby you want to prompt the user to enter their age and name so that you can display it back to the screen to show what data they've inputted. Okay, so what I want is a name of the user and their age. Okay, so to prompt the user I will say please enter your name. Then I break the line. To accept input I use an object called cin. Note that I've used cout for displaying to the user a prompt, please enter your name, and I use the command cin for accepting input. So because I'm asking for a name, I'm gonna put here name, and then I prompt again the user for their age. Please enter your age. Then I add a line breaker. After that I break another line. There. You can see underneath this declaration keyword for string, there's a red line squiggly underneath. This means that this word, if you hover here, it says error identifier string is undefined. This means that I haven't added a library with which I can reference string. Okay, because also I want to use cout and cin. These objects, they belong to a library called iostream. Iostream, by the way, you can see there is an I and there is an O. It stands for input output stream. Okay, and to effectively make use of that I have to add using namespace std. If you can look at my program now, the string keyword is resolved because I've added that library here. but the C out and C in, they are still the same. Okay, there is a typo here. It should be iOS stream instead of iOS stream. Okay, let's wait. You see the red squigglies are gone. So my keywords C in and C out, it means they are resolved because I've added a reference to this library here. Okay, we've prompted the user for their name. We're accepting their name using the keyword, using the keyboard. We prompt again for their age, and we forgot to accept input for that age. So I'll still use C in. C means C++ input from the keyboard, and C out means C++ output to the screen display. Okay, we are happy now. We're going to say C out your name is name. Then we're going to say C out your age is we add a line breaker there. Okay, and to successfully run our application, I'm going to press Control Shift B to build the application, because with the version of Visual Studio that I have, I cannot go and press the play button here for it to run. I just have to first make a successful build before I run the application. You see the application is now running. Then I enter my name, it's Lisiba, then my age is 12. What happened there? We were supposed to see output, but then it just showed and vanished just like that. Okay, so for us to see our output, we need to add another reference to a library called conaio.h. Okay, and then we call a function called catch. Let us build our application again. There is an error. Okay, let us try getcha Control Shift build. Application seems to be successfully building. Voila, succeeded. Okay, then let me run our application. There it is, application is running. Okay, I enter my name is Lisiba, press enter my age is 12. Still not showing us output. Okay, let us try this, and in fact use this system function and do this, and let us just pause our application after the output, just so that we can see what it is outputting. Okay, after doing this, I just pressed Control Shift B so that I can build my application. Then I go to the play button here, I click it for my application to run. There it is, it's prompting for my name. Please enter your name. I enter Lisiba. Please enter your age. I enter 12. Voila, your name is Lisiba, your age is it looks like I've omitted my age there. I'm gonna press enter to remove that there, and then I'm gonna enter my age so that I successfully show it during display or during runtime. Okay, Control Shift build to build again my project. It has succeeded with no errors. I press the play button there. Let's try again. My name is Lisiba. My age is 12. There it says your name is Lisiba, your age is 12. Press any key to continue. I press there. Okay, let us recap. What have we done here? The scenario is prompt someone to enter their name, prompt someone to enter their age. Okay, sorry about that. Declare a name, declare an age. If you can look at these two, one is string, the other is integer. With variables, we have value types and we have reference types. The integer, well, in simple terms, it is a value type variable, and a string is a reference type variable. Why? Because a string variable is from a class. There is a class sitting in our C# system libraries where string is defined, and also integer. And a string is a class and an integer is a value type or a struct. Okay, I'm not well too advanced with that. Okay, now what we have here is that with string we're creating space in memory for us to store a sequence of characters. By sequence of characters, it can be letters, it can be numbers, it can also be special characters. That's what a string is. Okay, and an integer, it could be a number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or a 45. It doesn't matter as long as it's an integer. But important to note, an integer cannot be a 4.5 or a 56.7. Integers are just whole numbers. So by declaring these two, we just told our system, please create space for us in RAM memory. The spaces should store a string and an integer. Okay, then moving further here, we're prompting a user to enter their name, and then we're accepting their name from the keyboard, and we prompt again the user to enter their age, showing them on the screen, and then we accept input from the keyboard. Then we break a line. Then here we display output that the name that they've entered to the system is the one that they've entered, and then we display again that the age that they have entered is the one that we prompt for here. And then we have a system pause, which is responsible for holding our screen for us. Okay, then we have a return 0 here. By the way, 0 is also an integer, just like 1, 2, 3. The reason why this is here is because if you can look at our int main is a function, and because of this int here, this tells us that this function, at the end of processing, it should return to us an integer. Hence we are returning a 0 literal. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Enjoy and happy coding.